It's winter, which can only mean that it's time for some fun in the snow. Snowmobiles, ski lifts, gondolas, and of course, skiing. What if I told you there's a place you could do all this and the shopping is world class? The dining, unparalleled. A place where the drinks are often smoked, champagne flows without end, and the women flock like the salmon of Capistrano. This is a winter playground for the 1%, and they call it Aspen. We got in kind of late, so we'll start here. It's our first night in snowy Aspen. What are we doing tonight?
I think we should go grab dinner at Los Montanas.
See, and then after that we might check out a few places. Aspen's known for partying, but I am going to try to hit the slopes tomorrow. I've got to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to hit the bunny slope. As we make our way into the village, let's enjoy the winter wonderland.
I love the snow.
You know what this setting makes me think of? Mexican food. This is Los Montanas, and I googled it. Turns out that means the mountains. I love the decor in here. It's clean while still being pretty festive. And speaking of festive, Diana's taking her Aspen outfits very seriously.
Dress for the job you want. A cowgirl.
Here's the menu, but in true Mexican restaurant fashion, we're gonna fill up on chips. We're pretty far from the border, but these chips and salsa are fantastic. Back to the menu, there are fajitas here ranging from $60 to $80. Yep, Aspen prices. Anyway, margarita time. We started things off with a salad. I love this salad, probably because it's more cheese than salad. I followed this up with this delicious fajita combo, while Diana had a quesadilla. Here's my candid organic reaction. So we all know what a fajita is. This one comes with cheese and garlic butter, and this steak is just perfectly cooked. This is an amazing fajita. The quesadilla was exceptional too, which brings us to this final verdict. Muy delicioso. Anyway, we're gonna head for a nightcap at Caribou Club. But first, reality. We head down Caribou Alley, which is home to the Caribou Club, a private membership club that's been here since 1990. This space is super rustic. You can expect to find a lot of plaid, green, wood tones, antlers, and Caucasians. Jokes aside, I really love this place. There's a full bar, and you could choose between a chill lounge vibe or a full-on nightclub. Always a great vibe here. Caribou Club. Great time. We're gonna head back.
Whoa, shit.
She didn't pack any shoes with traction. Once we found our footing, it was a beautiful walk back to our rental, and a great place to take some pictures. And with that, night one draws to an end. It's the next morning, and I'm driving out to Snowmass, one of 4 skiing options in the Aspen area. All right, Aspen, day 2. I'm here at the base of Snowmass Mountain. This mountain offers a lot of different kind of runs, has a little bit of something for everybody. It's been a long time since I've skied, so this is a good place for me to start. I have to rent some equipment, then I'm gonna meet up with an instructor. He doesn't know yet, but he's gonna be my cameraman for the day too. Let's go. Time to get booted, suited, and goose step my way to the chairlift. Enjoy this musical ski lift montage while I check out the conditions below. Tasty looking powder, brah. Honestly, couldn't ask for a better day, and thankfully, muscle memory seems to last a while. Within minutes, it all came back to me. And through this mediocre skiing, I've actually worked up an appetite. Heading into the elk camp for a break. This marks the day's halfway point where I decided to have a couple beers by the fire before heading back up and skiing back down. 25 years since I felt the feeling of taking boots off after all day of skiing. It's the best feeling on earth. It was so fun. My legs are on fire and I'm exhausted. Anyway, time for Apres. I got called by a friend to meet them at the Ritz Carlton, which actually turned out not to be the Apres scene I thought it would be. Even still, it's a great place for a Samuel Adams. Always a good decision. I followed that up with some bar snacks and a mule, and wouldn't you know it, it's getting dark outside. Time for dinner at one of my favorites, Casa Tua. I've been to a few Casa Tua locations, never to this one, but I must say my expectations are high. Our selections included this ahi tuna dish, arugula salad, some spinach, a veal chop, and some prosciutto.
And obviously it wouldn't be Italian if we didn't have a copious amount of pasta. Everything was pretty solid. I gotta say, I feel like the Miami location is better, but I digress. The next day begins the way most days should, with coffee. This is Felix, and it's a gorgeous coffee shop in town. Who doesn't love a copper ceiling and aromatic wafts in your direction?
Smells like caffeine.
I'm gonna start my day with a beautiful bagel that I'm gonna eat in a very unattractive way. Diana and her avocado toast are a bit more elegant than I. Here is the charming Aspen village from the sky. Today we're gonna set out on foot and explore one of Aspen's other main activities, shopping.
It's kind of like if you took Rodeo Drive and dropped it on a mountain.
Every single luxury brand has a store here. Whether you're a billionaire's wife or mistress, you'll have plenty to do when not on the mountain. And if you're tired of shopping, you could always get a psychic reading.
It's probably gonna say something like, you're about to spend a lot of money.
Diana was drawn to this golden parka, while I was drawn to these guitars.
I can't play guitar anymore.
Oh well, moving on. This is Aspen Mountain, also known to the locals as Ajax. It's the closest to the village and the most difficult to ski.
We didn't ski today, but that doesn't mean we can't go to Apres ski. We're gonna check out Chica's right here at the foot of Ajax.
It's another Aspen venue, another fire pit, and another beverage.
Nothing like a hot toddy in the winter.
More skiers arrived after their day's runs, while the DJ dropped those boomer-friendly beats. Diana and I were content to head back to our rental and have a party of our own by huffing some oxygen.
It's another beautiful night in Aspen, and tonight,
We're going to Matsuhisa.
Japanese.
Matsuhisa gets its name from chef Nobu Matsuhisa of Nobu fame. This place is an institution. It's been in Aspen as long as I can remember, and I love it. The decor here is very warm and inviting, and we're starting with Japanese basics.
Suck it to me, baby.
Just like the honeymoon.
I promise more Japan videos are coming. Anyway, shishito, peppers, edamame, and sapporo. All good things, but you can get those anywhere. This lobster tempura, though, amazing.
I love that, my God.
This was followed with their version of crispy tuna rice, and let this serve as a reminder once again to blow on your food. This is the way. To be fair, this dish did come out piping hot. Diana's an uni fan, so she had herself an uni shooter.
It's gonna be a good night. Kampai.
These black cod lettuce cups were definitely a highlight. Next was this yellowtail sashimi tower. Also spectacular. Alright, on to the nigiri.
That's awfully good fish, considering we're in the mountains.
And speaking of mountains, what they have plenty of here is snow. And allow me to present what has to be the world's most expensive snow cone. Once you get past the simplicity of this dish, I gotta say, this was one of the best desserts I've actually ever had. And I'm gonna go ahead and end this night on this sweet note.
Good morning.
We're headed to the Hotel Jerome this morning to meet a friend, and here is some Hotel Jerome trivia. This building was built in 1880 by Jerome Wheeler, the co-founder of Macy's and an early Aspen investor, or so the internet would have me believe. Anyway, I think this place is gorgeous. Just look at this lobby. Scanning around this place, it's obvious our friend is nowhere to be found, so we were rerouted to Clark's for some oysters. And once again, despite being landlocked in a mountain, the seafood is amazing. We're heading back to the condo for what I think is one of the best winter activities.
Enjoying ourselves an Aspen Snowcuzzi. I feel like the snow monkey from Baraka.
I can't think of how to transition away from this scene, so here's this. In all honesty, I don't remember what we did the next day, but apparently involved having a beer at the Aspen Brewery and some sake bombing later that night. Let's just skip ahead to the next day, which started with a puppy and a return to Felix, where we had these delicious s'mores lattes. Every bit as good as they look. You remember Bart Simpson in the Simpsons movie when Flanders gives him the hot chocolate? That's me. So good. Here's the It's Another Beautiful Snowy Day in Aspen musical montage. We set out on foot back towards Ajax.
All right, here we are in front of the gondola. As you can see, it's very snowy and the visibility is pretty poor. So we're not gonna head up there today, actually.
Doesn't mean we can't join the Apres ski.
We wanted elevated mountain views, and our consolation prize is taquitos.
All you do in this place is eat and drink.
We actually stayed here a few hours to go a few rounds. They say time flies when you're having fun, and ere long, it was getting dark, which means time for dinner again. This is Catch Steak, which offers steak. Here's the menu, and I'm starting my night out with this beautiful cocktail.
I love a smoked cocktail.
We kick things off with a classic steakhouse wedge, of course, followed by these wonderful potato croquettes. And for the main event, it's a 16-ounce filet cooked medium rare, paired with classic sides. Everything at Catch Steak was really fantastic.
That's the third Catch Steak I've ever been to, and this one's great too. What else is there to say?
How about f*** you, Snow? And of course, good night. The sun rises over a beautiful day in Aspen, and it's the perfect day for a gondola ride.
I'm all the way up.
Even if you're not a skier, I would highly suggest heading to Aspen Mountain and taking this gondola up to the top. The ride in of itself is amazing.
This is so cool.
You will spend 20 plus minutes riding up, taking in these epic views. Once you get to the top, the view there is spectacular too, and it's a great place for a selfie.
The view is absolutely stunning. However, my knees are buckling from the heights.
Well, we can't have that, so let's seek refuge inside the Sundeck, where you'll find a DJ and likely some familiar faces you've met over the past few days. Then it's straight to the buffet for champagne and French fries. An excellent pairing, if you ask me. A toast to the view, and back down the gondola we go. Once at the foot of Ajax, it's apparent that the Apres scene is in full swing. It'll have to swing on without us because we have tickets to the Snow Lodge at the St. Regis. This is one of Aspen's biggest day parties. It often features celebrity DJs, merchants, bars, table service, and plenty of people dancing in their parkas. It can get pretty lit in here.
Let's claim the altitude.
Aspen is ridiculously expensive, so we save money by pilfering drinks off this little fella. That night it was cash for dinner, and I didn't shoot this much. I was trying to respect the privacy of our dinner party. And it's too bad, because this is one of Aspen's best restaurants. You'll just have to take my word for it.
It's another beautiful sunny day in Aspen. I'm rushing over to Aspen Highlands,
Turn right on.
I guess we're doing this in voiceover. I'm heading to Aspen Highlands and to Cloud 9, a ski and day club in the mountain.
A little nervous because this is only the second time I've skied in 30 years, and last time I had an instructor just to make sure I didn't die. I'm gonna go solo to a nightclub in the middle of the snow. That seems like a good idea. Anyway, wish me luck.
After another splendid scenic chairlift ride, here it is, Cloud 9. Outside, it seems like anywhere else that you might take a break from skiing, with maybe a bit more emphasis on day drinking.
Entourage Rosé is particularly nice.
There's a full menu for lunch, and who am I to skip a meal? I had this beautiful steak tartare. Anyway, the scene inside is a bit different. This has to be the largest collection of Veuve Clicquot I've ever laid my eyes on. The DJ is getting people hyped for the most flagrant display of wealth I've ever seen. I have no idea how many gallons of Veuve was just wasted, but here it is dripping from the ceiling.
Cloud 9, absolute shit show. My eyes are stinging with champagne, but it was fun. Now I gotta ski down a mountain, inexperienced and slightly buzzed. Let's go.
Time for a mini montage.
It's our last day in Aspen and our final snow activity. What are we doing today?
I think we're gonna go snowmobiling.
I think she's right.
Here we are at Lazy T7 Ranch. Word has it there is like a petting zoo, so obviously that's the first order of business.
Yeah. Black Phillip, Black Phillip.
All right, enough of that. I didn't come here for the goats. It was time to pick out our snowmobile, and unfortunately, the best one was already claimed. We head off, and I gotta say, this has to be the best way to explore Colorado's countryside. We're only a few minutes into this experience, and I'm comfortable saying that this activity is Austin approved. I love the feeling of the open road on my motorcycle, and this is a lot like that with an added layer of enchantment. After cruising around this natural splendor for a while, it was really cool we got to actually hit up a track and open it up a bit.
Well, that went better than expected.
You survived. That was our first snowmobile experience, and it was so much fun. It was just beautiful up there, so scenic.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. Thank you everyone at T Lazy 7 for this amazing experience.
Yeah, Devin and Dom specifically, they were our tour guides. If you're in Aspen, come check them out. All right, on to the next thing.
And here it is, the next and final thing. An Apres wine party on the top of Ajax, which fortunately means another gondola ride. And that never gets old.
Wine and gondolas. I like that, babe.
This Apres wine party skewed a bit on the older side. We're not ageists, plus we love free wine. This party also had some free sliders and free fries. The DJ spun hits from the early aughts for these incongruent go-go dancers.
Party was great and got one for the road.
To be totally honest, the highlight of this party was the gondola ride back down. We spent the next 20 minutes, as twilight faded into night, watching the glittering village of Aspen approach below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. It helps out tremendously with the algorithm. We've got many more destinations and videos to go. Stay tuned.